Geriatric 65 and older. Jeanette Cadell, BSN RN. My population of interest is the geriatric population. This population is the 65 and older population. Life expectancy for the population of 65 and older for the years 2000 was 76.8 years. 2010 was 78.7 years. Most people at this age are either in assisted living homes, nursing homes, or living with their middle-aged child that have taken on the responsibility of taking care of them at this age. You rarely see people at this age living alone. Geriatric population statistics. Raceable population over 65 for the years 2000 and 2010. Caucasian, 86.9%, 84.8%. African American, 8.1%. 2010 was 8.5%. American Indian, 0.4%, 0.5%. Asian, 2.3%. 2010, it increased to 3.4%. Hispanic Latino, 5%. 2010, 6.9%. Non-Hispanic Latino, 95%, 93.1%. In this graph, it shows the Caucasian, African American, Asian, Hispanic, Latino women and men that were living in poverty in 2010. You can see that the African American and Hispanic Latino women, they nearly tied with just a little bit over 20. And the Caucasian males had the least amount living in poverty. You know that when you live in poverty, you don't have the necessities that you need to live a day-to-day life. You don't have the adequate heating or water that you need. You don't have the accessibility to health care. You may have to travel over 2 counties to get to the nearest hospital. Prevalent diseases. Research shows an estimated 43.7 million over the age 60 and older have one or more types of cardiovascular disease. These cardiovascular diseases are hypertension, heart failure, atrial fibrillation, stroke. Over the next 40 years, the number of incidents of strokes is expected to more than double, with the majority of the increasing among the elderly aged greater than 75 and minority groups. This would be because of the lifestyle that a lot of us are living today. We eat a lot of fast foods. We have a lot of stress. We have a lot of things that we take on. The causes of death for population 65 and older in the year of 2010. As you can see on the light blue section, heart disease was the number one with 26.5% causes of death. Primary prevention. According to Stanhope and Lancaster 2016, primary prevention promotes health and protects against threats to health. These are things like immunization, early detection of visual and hearing impairments, changes in mental status. Secondary prevention. According to Stanhope and Lancaster 2006, secondary prevention detects and treats problems in their early stages. These are things like pap smears, prostate exams, mammograms, teaching ladies how to do breast self-exams, teaching your males how to do testicular exams, TB skin testing. Tertiary prevention. According to Stanhope and Lancaster's 2016, tertiary prevention limits further negative effects from a problem. These things are follow-up for acute and chronic diseases. For example, diabetes or hypertension. Refer to other levels of health care, home health, hospital, nursing home, hospice, group home, or assisted living. Activities in the community at each level. As the advanced practice nurse practices, there are multiple things that she can do out in the community to give each person a primary, secondary, or tertiary prevention. These are things like handouts on disease prevention, as far as TB or the flu. So it's flu season. You want to tell them to cover their coughs and ensure that they get the flu shots. Door-to-door assessments, assessing the needs of the people in the community. If they need help with lighting or water or rides to their healthcare doctor appointments. Community health forums. This is another thing where you can get information out to those that are in need. Health fairs. You can have health fairs to help them promote their health. You can do blood pressure checks, blood sugar checks, referring those that are in need to advanced levels of care. They may say, okay, well, I have high blood pressure, but I haven't been to a doctor in a year. So you want to instruct them that you need to see your primary care doctor. You could do a flu shot drive. Screening and cost and effectiveness. Usually at the age of 65, this makes a person eligible for health care. They are eligible for Medicare. The screenings that Medicare provide, they are usually free because of their eligibility. These are a listing of preventive measures that Medicare have approved and that screen for in the ages of 65 and older. So, effects of not having health screenings. We all know at this day and age that the elderly, if they're living at home by themselves, 9 times out of 10, they may not have someone to check on them on a day-to-day basis. So it is our responsibility to check on them and ask them, hey, when was your last doctor's appointment? Or have you eaten today? Or is there anything I can get for you to help you along the way? So the things that will happen if you don't have those preventive screenings are poor health overall. Because if you're not getting the proper health care, you're going to have problems. Underlying cancers may be developed, and breast cancers. One example, I had a patient. She was demented, and of course she didn't know to check her breast for lumps, and she had stage 3 breast cancer. Death can occur. Like I said, if you're not getting the proper care, you're not getting your medications, then death can occur because you're not having those yearly physical exams to say, okay, my blood pressure is 200 over 130. I know I need to see about getting some more blood pressure medications. Or my blood sugars are 600 and 700. I need to see about what can I do to change my lifestyle to get my blood sugars under control. That is the end of this presentation. Thank you. I have references listed at the end.